What's up, YouTube? So, we got a yo-yo review today. This is a brand new one. This is a collaboration between 2Sick Yoyos and OhYesYo. So, this is the Knight and Gale. That's right. Knight, K-N-I-G-H-T, and Gale. Sort of a play on the two flagship yo-yos for 2Sick and OhYesYo. 2Sick, of course, has the bimetal, the Knight, and OhYesYo has the Knight and Gale. So the Knight and Gale is the collaboration between 2Sick Yoyos and OhYesYo. So, clearly bimetal yo-yo. These will actually be available tomorrow, I know for sure, on the 2Sick site. And if you want the OhYesYo, I think there's two different colorways. So I think 2Sick has some colorways, and I think OhYesYo has some colorways. They may all be available through 2Sick. I'm not 100% certain. But if, you want to see other colorways, or if there's other colorways you want, you may want to just message Coffin directly and say, hey, give me a Knight and Gale, or give me a Knight and Gale. So, this is one of the 2Sick colorways, I believe. I got this from Joey Serrano. It's black with like sort of a neon green, neon-y yellow splash on it. I think it looked really cool. It's just like, when it's spinning, it just looks black, and they're all splashes, so there's no like solids or anything. I think there's 4 separate splashes. I think it looks really good. This was my favorite colorway. I like black with like some splashy stuff on it. So black with green splash, or like neon green splash, was sort of a no-brainer for me. Very, very cool. I liked it a lot. But let's get into the specs of this bad boy before I gush over it too much. So, specs, it's got a 55.5 millimeter diameter. It is 44.5 millimeters wide. It weighs 64.3 grams, which is a great weight for a bimetal. Nice and light, but it doesn't play very light. It's 60-61 in solid steel, or stainless steel rings. The rings are inserted into the cup, so there's aluminum here and aluminum here, but like the ring is like inserted into the cup, which is a pretty cool design element. You don't really see that outside of the 2Sick stuff, so definitely pretty neat. Hi, Penny. Definitely pretty neat there. These are $100. If you buy them tomorrow, one buyer actually also gets a Seraph, which I believe is the next 2Sick. I think it's like an organic shaped 2Sick. So somebody lucks out and gets a new yo-yo too, an extra yo-yo. So these will be $100, and it is a $100 bimetal that is a collaboration between two great companies, and this thing is a beast. I mean, this is an awesome, awesome yo-yo. I have been throwing this since it showed up. I want to say it got here on Friday. Pretty much haven't put it down since I got it. Just been loving the crap out of it, really. And I can already see where my ring has hit it a couple of times. And I did get a scuff earlier, but I may have been able to wipe that out. Yeah, no, I'm just being able to wipe that scuff out. That's great. Good for me. But I've been having a ball with this thing. It spins eternally. You throw this thing, I mean, we're talking power like... The size of these stainless steel rings must be monstrous, because this thing hits the end of the string and it's like... It's like, if Cannibal Corpse was a yo-yo, it would be this yo-yo. It's like a yo-yo did nothing but hit the gym and listen to angry death metal. That's what it's like to play this yo-yo. It plays fast, it plays aggressive, it plays just like you have uber control over everything that you're doing. I mean, competition specs to the max. I mean, this thing is great. Like, this is probably like, this is easily the best $100 bimetal in a $100 range that you can get. For $100, if you wanted to bimetal, this is the best one I've played for $100. Or less, or whatever, or even more. You would probably have to basically have to buy an Elite to get on this level, like a G-squared Elite. This is basically on that level. Like, you would have to go up to the $160 range and get a G-squared Elite to be on, to be on the level of this yo-yo. Now, So, you know, that's enough probably of me gushing over it. I'm going to throw it around a little bit. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Alright, guys. We are back with the 2Sick and OhYesYo Knight and Gale. So, this thing is awesome. I can't tell you how, like, powerful it is and stable. And, I mean, you just have to throw it to be like, oh, holy cow. It just goes. It just goes. Like, it doesn't... It's like a gas-powered, or rocket-powered, even. Just a monster player. The grind finish is incredible. Great grind finish. Basically the same finish as was on the Gecko that I really liked a lot. I still really like a lot. So, really good grind finish. It looks really good, too. That helps. It helps me, anyway. Plays really fast, but still really controllable, really stable. Got a pretty big IGR in there. Thumb grinds are no problem. And, you wouldn't think you'd be able to finger spin in this cup, necessarily, but... You finger spin pretty well, clearly. I suck at the laceration, but finger spins pretty easily. Really easy to land them. And, I mean, it's just really good at it. It's really good at everything. Like, this is probably the best all-arounder bimetal ever. Finger grinds are great. The shape is great. The finish is great. Just is great. What else about this? Oh, another really nice thing about this is these aluminum rings, while they're recessed anyway, they're also brushed over here. So even if somehow your hand hits that, like, it's not sticky at all. Like, some bimetals have, like, a sticky, like, shininess on the rim. Not this at all. It's like nothing. It's like the rest of the finish almost. It's a little stickier, but not much. Now, like I said, I've been playing mine a ton. I've opened mine a ton, and mine's still pretty much dead smooth. It was dead smooth out of the box. Dead smooth now. Absolutely dead smooth on the string. I just can't play because I haven't been home and playing Yoyo for a while because we went out to dinner. There we go. Yeah. This thing is sweet. So let's put it back on the desk. I'll take it apart, show you guys the insides, and we'll do pros and cons. All right, back on the desk with the 2Sick and OhYesYo Knight and Gale. So like I was saying, dead smooth. Out of the box, 10 out of 10. I've spiked it off the ground a few times, and not spiked it, but it's hit things, and still pretty much dead smooth. I need to unscrew the... I managed to screw the axle down a little too far, but that's okay. So here's what it looks like on the inside. As you can see, it's got, you know, this nice little cut here. So you can get the camera to pick that up. Yeah, nice little cut there. One step, two steps, and then the steps are kind of angled right onto the response pad. Center track bearing, I think it's a 10 ball, actually. Very smooth, very silent. Performs great. Has been great the whole time. I think it's the same bearing that comes in the Gecko. So very solid bearing, high quality bearing. I've had both of them perform nothing but perfectly for me. The response pads are those like cloudy silicone-esque type pads. Great response. Works really well. I have played this a ton. I mean, we're talking like hours every day since I got it. So, really been kind of putting this thing through all the paces and all that jazz, and still just, I mean, not only does it answers ferociously. That's probably the best way to say it. I mean, this thing is just like a monster. It's so good. It's so fun to play. Most bimetals to me kind of play a little stiff. This one just plays monstrous. It is so fun and just so good because you can do so much with it. It doesn't inhibit you at all. In fact, I may play a little bit better with this than I do with it. Like, it sort of eases me, like, it sort of makes up for my misgivings a little bit. It's very forgiving yo-yo. And would be a great competition yo-yo just because of how stable it is, how long it spins, and, you know, how, like, it wouldn't stop you from doing any trick ever. Like, you could do it all, like, it does everything really, really well. I'm really shocked at how well it does everything. Like, even finger spins. Like, you wouldn't think with this cup that it would finger spin that great, but it finger spins incredibly. Like, I got a really kind of pretty long finger spin out of it there. I missed, and I still, like, was able to re-whip it, and that's all on me. But it was like, it's cool, I'll just stay here till you get it. It's so good. I mean, I don't have enough good things to... I wish I had more good things to say about it. So let's talk about pros and cons. So pros, clearly, bimetal design, awesome. In there, doesn't inhibit you at all, only gives you more power. Weight distribution is awesome, fun. The grind finish and shape for grinds is amazing, incredible, easily controllable, but still just, you know, grinds for days and just is great. Super stable. I mean, a lot of bimetals are, but super duper stable, super duper long spinning. Great price too, $100. Like, man, this thing is like, you know, like I said, this thing plays better than most everything in its price range, and you'd have to spend another $50 or $60 to get anything that, you know, even sits within the realm of this yo-yo. Like, it's that good. I've touched a lot of yo-yos. I mean, this has really kind of blown me away, and I'm really excited to play it. Like, all the time. Like, I'll get home, like, I'm gonna pick this one up, and play with my. I want to play with my Knight and Gale. Knight and Gale. Knight and Gale's a different yo-yo. Thumb grind lip, awesome. Brushed metal ring, awesome. I mean, literally every last detail that went into this was excellent. No stone was left unturned. Everything was done right, in my opinion. This might be my favorite bimetal ever, just because of the shape and the. I mean, this is incredible. This is a great yo-yo, and this is probably my favorite bimetal that I've ever had the chance to play. Just because of how cool and how different that is to, like, fit that ring in there. It just kind of really makes the weight distribution different than anything else, but still just really, really good. It's like, this is what I feel like a bimetal ought to be like. Really the only bimetal that I would say that I've ever touched, and I've touched a lot more than I own, that can even sit in the same, like, stadium as this one, is the G-squared Banshee. Or no, the G-squared Elite. Like, those are the, like, this and the Elite are really the only two yo-yos that, the only two bimetals that I'm like, yeah, those are really, really awesome. Like, really amazing. And I just really, really like this shape a lot. This is a great shape. How cool is this shape? So, like, angular, but at the same time, soft edges and just perfect. Doesn't come back sharp, nothing like that. So that's all the pros. As far as the con, there's really only one con that I have, and it's not so much a con, it's just more of a warning. Is just the way that this little step is set up there with the edge, is that it doesn't slice strings, but it's pretty tough on them. Like, it wears them pretty hard, right there. Now, a lot of yo-yos wear strings pretty hard. You know, I would say I played this string for an hour and a half, really, before that started out. And this is just a regular kiddie string. So, you know, I mean, it's not like it wore it out in like 5 minutes or anything like that, or like I threw it 3 times and it just sawed right through it. Like, that's not it. But it does wear on the strings pretty hard. So that's just kind of something to be aware of. A lot of, you know, this isn't the only yo-yo I have that wears hard on strings. I feel like most of the most of the CLYW stuff does. It's probably just due to the grippiness of these pads, and the gap is a little smaller than normal, but that doesn't really inhibit it at all. Like, you're still very unresponsive, and you could still do everything, but it's probably like the gap's a little smaller than a lot of yo-yos, or at least a lot of more modern ones, and you know, I think maybe you hit the pads a little bit more. Because it's so stable, I don't feel like I need to, like, watch the plane that I'm on so much, so a lot of it could be me too. So, you know, there's that. But that's literally the only con I could think of, is that it kind of wears, and I'm clearly grasping at straws, is it wears strings a little faster than average, I would say. But, you know, other than that, this thing's awesome. It plays awesome. At $100, I mean, geez, this is freaking steal. I mean, these are incredible. So, super great yo-yo for $100. And you should really check them out. I'll have all the links in the description for the 2Sick store and OhYesYo and 2Sick on Facebook and Instagram and all that jazz. So make sure you check those guys out. Tell them I said hi. Definitely check out their collaboration because the Knight and Gale is, I mean, this is going to be one of the best yo-yos this year. Absolutely. In a year where a lot of great yo-yos have come out, this is going to be one of the best ones this year. So, yeah, that'll do it. But anyway, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. I do this stuff just about every day. So, you know, I always got something to talk about. But make sure you like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below and all that jazz. But thanks again for watching, guys. And cheers to you. And I will see you next time.